The last time I watched porn was 3 years ago. So it's around 36 months that I've been clean from pornography. And in this video, I just want to tell you 3 lessons that I wished to learn back then when I used it to struggle with pornography. Before telling you those 3 lessons or 3 ways to overcome porn addiction as quick as possible, I want you to introduce myself basically so you know who you're talking with. My name is Hatem. I've been masturbating and watching pornography and for around 7 years. So I was addicted to pornography for around 7 years. Now, 3 years ago, I was like, I need to do something because this addiction took not only my freedom, not only my masculinity, not only the relationship with God, but every other thing that a man will need. It lowered my testosterone. It made me socially anxious with people. I was over-sexualizing every single woman I see, sometimes even weird things. And so this led me to go with the conclusion, which is I need to overcome this addiction as quick as possible. But obviously it took me a while because it was really hard for me with the exact same mindset, with the exact same identity, with the exact same perspective to overcome this addiction as quick as possible. And in this video, I'm going to make it clear and simple and easy to understand. So just so you know, I've made hundreds of men overcome porn addiction, so you're not the only person who's going to be watching this video. You're going to be like, okay, I don't know if it's going to work. Well, it's going to work because it worked for a lot of other people. So the first one that I want you to understand is understand this thing. You are not watching pornography. You are not addicted to pornography. You are using pornography as a coping mechanism. That's what you're doing. You're not watching pornography. You're not using pornography. You're just using it as a coping mechanism. Okay? So the reason why you watch pornography, it's not because you want pleasure. You watch pornography because you want to cope with the negative emotions that you have. And so you don't have enough skills to handle stress, to handle anxiousness, to handle feeling bad, feeling tired, all of those quote-unquote negative emotions. For me, I changed my perspective about this, about those negative emotions, because there is no such a thing as negative emotions. Every emotion have its own beauty. If you think that being tired is bad, then it's gonna be bad. If you think feeling stressed is bad, then it's gonna be bad. As long as you have a very strong perspective or very strong idea about this emotion that is negative, right? Then it will always get perceived as something that is negative. So that's the first thing, is I understood that I'm not watching pornography because I want to, but I'm using pornography as a coping mechanism because that's the only tool that my nervous system was using, but not only my nervous system, but my brain got adapted to because I found out about pornography at the age of 13 or maybe 12. This is when I found out about pornography. And so by this, I was like, okay, that's the reason why I keep every single time I have bad grades, every single time there is an argument, every single time I feel bad, I feel sad, I feel tired, exhausted, all of those quote-unquote negative emotions, I just go and watch pornography and relapse, okay? So that's the first lesson. The second lesson is to understand that there is no value in pornography. You don't really need to take your phone and go and watch pornography and go and relapse. You don't really need to do this. You're not obligated to do so. It is that you see it as a solution for a temporary negative, quote-unquote, negative feeling. So what you need to do in this case is to understand that there is no value in pornography. And in order to do this, then automatically you need to devalue pornography. And how can you devalue pornography? By basically understanding the fundamental behind what you're seeing behind the screen. So what you're seeing is a girl, a woman. Here I'm talking about, a pornography star, okay? Here, as you can see, for example, in a video, there is a woman, and this woman is just acting. Even if it's amateur, even it doesn't matter. It's always acting, right? She's doing this for one sole purpose, is to make money. So this woman that you are watching, that you are fantasizing about, she is just a girl that just wants to make money, and she got brainwashed into thinking that this is the only way or the fastest way to make money, to pay her rent or whatever. When you start to understand the life that those women went through, you will start to feel empathetic against them, like you will start to feel like there is something wrong. Like, why would I do this to this girl? Why would I let my semen out by watching those videos to these girls? Most of them are unhealthy. A lot of them themselves. I'm not gonna go too deep into this because it's another video that I can make. But basically, generally talking, you just need to understand the fundamentals behind what you are watching. Okay, and this is what's gonna lead you to devaluing pornography. But not only this, if you also have a very strong purpose, like a very, very strong one, something that you really enjoy doing on a daily basis. If you just enjoy playing video games, go play video games, but don't use it as a coping mechanism. Play with it 100%. Put all of your mind, all of your focus into the video game that you are playing so you can enjoy it 100%. If you enjoy playing football, for example, me, or sports, or boxing, or MMA, whatever, right? If it's something that you enjoy, it's better if it's physically, then go for it. That's one of the best things you can do, And this is basically how you are transmuting your sexual energy. And the third thing, which is the last point, is if you want to overcome porn addiction as quick as possible, after doing what I've told you, the first step and the second step, after devaluing pornography, you need to do semen retention. What is semen retention? Semen retention is when you are retaining your seeds in order to transmute your sexual energy, which is the second step of semen retention. The first one is when you are retaining your seed. Okay, when you are retaining, it's called nofap, but it's not nofap. Semen retention is correct. Nofap is bullshit. Why nofap is bullshit? Because it's all about your streaks. It's all about I'm on 120 days, but because you relapse on 121, now you're gonna feel like a loser. But on the other hand, we have semen retention. Semen retention is when you are retaining your seeds, but if you relapse, it's not a relapse, it's a slip up, So you are still on your journey when it comes to retaining your seeds, which is the first step of the third, the third point. The second point, the second part of the third step, which is semen retention, is transmutation. You need to transmute your sexual energy into something that is beneficial on the long term. If you are a person who have lack of understanding of the word, then go and try to understand this word on a deeper level. If you are a person who want to build a future career, I don't know, if your goal is to make as much money as you can, then learn about the fundamentals and every single thing about the niche that you want to do in the business. If you want to have a professional career when it comes to football, basketball, whatever, then go for it. Learn about every single piece of information. Learn about the human body anatomy. Learn about the brain, all of those things that will actually help you to become this version of yourself that wants to be, successful and so on. Basically, that's what is transmutation. Transmutation is when you transmute your sexual energy. When you're going to be on semen retention, you will need to transmute your sexual energy into something that can be, on the long term, you need to channel this energy, something that is beneficial, of course. So I will give you two things. If you are a person who is calm, who doesn't use his physical body a lot, then try to be more spiritual, because being more spiritual will just make life fun, if that makes sense. A lot of people just see the first layer of life, but never the third or the fourth or the fifth layer of life. For example, the symbolism. There is a lot of symbolic things that is here, there is there, that the elites will put in front of your face in order to give you a unconscious, well, not unconscious, but a hidden message. And debunking those small little messages that are hidden will actually make you feel good. This is just an example, of course, but this is just on top of my head. I just want to give you this example because it kind of makes sense. Because being spiritual is not only about reading those hidden messages, it's also about learning how to meditate, be a person who have a higher consciousness on all of those things. This is what you can be doing, and it's gonna make your life way better. Way, way, way better, trust me. If you're a Christian or Muslim or whatever, right, then try to learn about more your religion. If this is your goal, okay? And if it's not the case, then just learn about spirituality or whatever. If you are calm, if you are a person who is physically active a lot, then transmute your sexual energy physically by doing what I've told you before, by going to the gym, by playing tennis, by playing football, by playing basketball. There's plenty of things that you can do. If you never tried, for example, I've never tried tennis, so now I just gave myself an idea to go and try tennis. There is plenty of things that you can do. At the end of the day, this is the last message. This is like a quick little conclusion. In the end of the day, as long as you have like a small perspective about this life, the more your small perspective, the more you have like a small perspective, the easier for you to fall into temptations, to stay addicted to pornography, even potentially be alcoholic and keep drinking and smoking and partying and all of those things. As long as you have small perspective about life, this is the kind of things that you'll be attracting in your life. The bigger the perspective you have in your life, that means the more you learn about life, the more there is plenty of things that you will learn. You know, the more you know that you don't know, if that makes sense. So the more you want to learn something, the more you come up with the conclusion is that, wait, there's a lot of things that I still need to understand. It's not as easy as I thought. So basically, that's all when it comes to this video. If you want to overcome porn addiction as quick as possible for free, you don't need to pay me any money, you can check the first link in the description. It's a school community where I'm going to be posting on a daily basis posts in order to make you overcome porn addiction. But not only this, there's also a course section for free. You don't need to pay anything. And on top of having a free course, video modules inside of this course, you also have a free guide inside of it. So the only thing that you have to do is go check the first link in the description. Go check the first link in the description, click on it, and let me know if you like it. Okay? So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And remember that life is all about lessons. Learn as much as you can. Thank you for watching this video, and please do every single thing that I told you in this video, and you're gonna come back to this video and you're gonna thank me, because I'm just giving you free value and free sauce.